Hey y'all, it's me. We're going to walk this afternoon. This is a beautiful day here. It's supposed to be up to in the 50s, but this morning I woke up, it was 19, so I thought I'm going to leave it a little while before we go out. But some of y'all had asked me what kind of skincare I use, and I'm just going to be honest that I don't buy anything pre-made anymore because I'm not a fan of all the parabens and all the extras that are put in. And I found online probably about 5 or 6 years ago this recipe, and I've tweaked it a little bit and added some extra things. And for the, I've always had really dry skin because of my thyroid issue. This is, since I've started using this, even trying to use some of the more expensive department store products, this is the first thing I've ever used that keeps my skin from getting flaky and dry in the winter. And this isn't just for the ladies, guys. Hugh uses this on his hands, especially when they start feeling like they're going to get cracked. We use it on just pretty much any skin condition because there's so many really nice healing elements in it, like vitamin E oil and tea tree oil and jojoba oil. And I'm just going to give you a heads up that to buy the initial products, the initial things that you need, it's a little pricey, but then it's so much less expensive from there on out because you have the big bulk things. I buy it in bulk. You can buy it in smaller quantities. But let me just real quickly go over what I use. And this is my raw shea butter, and this is my coconut oil, and I buy that in a 1-gallon tub, but I had used it to the point that I was, put the rest of it in this mason jar, and I've bought that 1-gallon tub probably 5 times over the past few years. And I buy it, it's refined, so it doesn't have a scent. I've cooked with the coconut oil, and Hugh is not a fan of the taste of coconut oil, so I buy it refined so that there is no taste. And I can actually put a link to that product if any of y'all have that same issue. And then I use the vitamin E oil like this, and I add some almond oil, the jojoba oil, the lavender oil, and the tea tree oil. And I'm going to tell you, ladies, if you like something that smells wonderful and flowery and all that sort of thing, this is not it. But we have old dogs. Let me show you my floor. There's Bodie. He went and had a bath yesterday at the groomer, and unfortunately it doesn't do a whole lot for the looks of his fur, but he's feeling better. Had his ears cleaned out and his toenails trimmed. I've told y'all before, he's Aaron's 15-year-old doggy. And then here's Mimi. She's the young one in this end. She's up here because the others pick on her. Otherwise, she'd be back there with the young pups, but she's up here with the geriatrics. And of course, Nala is always under my feet. Always, always. She'll be 10 in June. And here's Bodie. He had belonged to our youngest son. He is a rescue, but we've had him for years and years and years. Jared rescued him when he was about 8 months old, and he will be 10 in October. So anyway, these are the ones that are under my feet right now. So if they start getting loud and crazy, you'll have to just excuse me while I put them outside, and then they'll be even more loud and crazy out there. But anyway, they won't be in here in my loud and crazy area. All right. Now, what I do is I start off with just a double boiler, and I'm going to use about a cup and a half of each of these two solids. And I don't really measure it. I'm just going to guesstimate a cup and a half. You can, measure it if you're interested in really being precise with it. And it will totally fill up my little double boiler cup right there. The the reason I do such a large, oh, it's cold in here last night. Like I said, it's 19 degrees outside, so it was really cold inside. I'm going to turn that to just like the medium heat. I think I'm going to have to put that in the microwave for just a second to get it to even soften enough to get out of here. But how is everybody today? I hope you're doing wonderfully. We are doing good. I've got a few things to show you here in a minute. Take it a minute. But let me go over this recipe real quick. And now what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see me. I need to bend my head down a little bit. Guess I can bend my head down a little bit and talk to you. What I'm going to do is pin the recipe at the top of this particular video. So don't feel like you need to write everything down. And I'm going to go back to the bread video also and pin the recipe at the top of that. And I'll try to remember to do that anytime I have something that has portions or numbers or something that needs to be remembered. I'll try to remember to do that. Now, some of you have asked about the Facebook page. People are having a hard time. Apparently, no one can actually upload anything or put any photographs on it or whatever. And I apologize for that. I wish I understood a little bit more how to resolve those issues. And Lori had sent me a Facebook link or a YouTube link on how to do that. And I went and it looks like it would be very easy on a computer. Unfortunately, I just have not invested in a computer. That's something I need to do at some point. And I just do everything. I mess around on my phone. So that's going to be a future purchase. But in the meantime, I guess I'm going to go down to Chelsea's and have her fix it on my computer. It looked like it was an easy fix. I'm rubbing this coconut oil into my hands. That feels so good. My hands get so very, very, very dry. All right, I'm gonna let that, actually I'm gonna turn that up on high so I get the water hot and let it start. In the meantime, walk with me. Let's go through here. Don't look at my little piles and messes everywhere that go. I've got things over here that need to go to the Goodwill, and my Christmas things need to go back to the barn. You can see how dusty the lids are. But look here. I've got my seed in here and my heat mats in here because I'm getting ready to start checking out my seed, making sure that they're viable before I start before I reach time to start starting seed this year. Look outside. Can you see the frost? We had a thick frost last night. But anyway, so we'll be doing some viability tests this week. So I'll get those videos up. And any of y'all that are gardeners and want to join me in testing your seed, and hopefully Chelsea will have the Facebook up so we can share the results of all of that with each other. Oops, sorry, squeaky. And then I had shown some of you, I'd shown you that door needs WD-40 big time. I had shown you the just tons of African violets, the really big African violets I had. And I told you that from what I had read, African violets really stopped producing blooms when they had too many leaves happening. And so, I mean, they were really, really productive when it came to leaves. They're just hanging over the pots and just so full, and I had 3 of them. Well, obviously I didn't make as many starts as I could have with as many leaves as I had, but hopefully these will do something. They're still nice and moist, but I've got these 7 pots on the windowsill, and then over here I've got a tray of 12 and a tray of 18. So we'll see what they do. I'm excited to see if we have all of these little starts. And then, like I said earlier, my neighbors are all going to be getting African violets for Mother's Day, whether they want them or not. And this one, guys, I had a jade tree when I was a kid. My mom gave me this beautiful big jade. It's probably 3 feet tall. It was in a huge, huge pot. And yes, I killed it. That was way back before the days that I could keep things alive. But I don't know why she trusted that to me, but she did. All right. Let's go back in here and see if our water is beginning to boil. Yes, and I will take care of the squeaky door soon, I promise. All right. Got a doggy sitting here waiting for me to come back. Look at all the snaz on the door. That's funny. Yeah, we have boil happening. We'll turn that way down. And actually, it's probably typically when I make this, I just have it on a gentle, more or less just warming it instead of actually cooking it. So this isn't the way that you're going to want to do this, girls. Just turn it on medium and let it just gently warm and gently melt. Okey-doke. Cut that coconut oil up so it'll start melting a little better. And yeah, I do make this kind of in bulk, just simply because, you know, Hugh and I, we use so much of it. And it is such a healing product. I don't use soap on my skin at all. When I clean my face, I dampen a washcloth with warm water, and then I put my oil, this, on it, and I wash my face that way. And I don't know if y'all realize this, when you start painting, if you have coconut oil in your kitchen, and you get paint all over your hands, and oil paint's hard to get off of your hands, and you don't want to use Dawn dish detergent because that's just going to dry your hands out. Put a little coconut oil on your hands and or on the paint, rub it in and wipe it off. I don't know what is in coconut oil that does this, but it removes a lot of anything that's oily like that. Hugh uses it to remove motor oil from his hands. Just pretty much anything. It surprised me. I found out by accident one day, years and years ago, with my oil paints. I'm just looking for a way to get some off my hands, and just didn't want to go the way of the Dawn dish detergent, which will take it off your hands, but it also strips all the natural oils out of your hands. All right, we're melting. We're melting. All right. I'll be right back. I'm going to go and get what I have in here. Okay, I'm back. Now, this is pre-made. This is my oil, and I will step it down into little containers and put it on the counter in my bathroom, put it on the kitchen sink beside the sink. And even though it's been in there in my bathroom where it's cold, you can see it comes out a whole lot more buttery than that solid coconut oil. And what you can do, and I've never seen the need to do it for myself, but what you can do, it will feel, when it's finished like this, sometimes it will feel just a little bit grainy, and the reason for that is that the coconut oil will recongeal in just these little teeny tiny little knots, but it will melt when you start rubbing it in your hands. And one thing I love about this oil is that it will also soak into your skin so nicely and completely that within just a few minutes you can't even tell that you've put it on, other than your hands are soft or your body's soft or whatever needs to be soft is soft. So that But instead of taking up gazillion little containers, because this is how much I make with this, I just keep it in a mason jar and just get it out as I need it. All right, looks like we are pretty much all melted, except for just a little teeny tiny little drop here and there. All right, remove this. Watch out, doggies. Nobody needs to get burned. And if you have a larger double boiler, you don't have to make the mess that I'm making by messing up 2 or 3 things. It's just I use this little tiny pan from years ago when I used to make just a small batch of it. Alright, let me make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Alright, you can. Now, got my little recipe that I've had written down for a gazillion years. Yes, and Patty, turn off the stove. All right. So basically about 1.5 cups of shea butter and 1.5 cups of coconut oil. Now the shea butter is a raw shea butter. So that's the original recipe. I don't know the difference between different types of shea butter. So I guess probably go with the one that you are comfortable with or you're familiar with. All right, now I'm going to use 90 drops of lavender oil. And let's count them real quick. Actually, I'm going to use 4 dropperfuls because they're a little bit more than 20 drops in a dropperful. So there's our lavender oil. And then 24 drops of tea tree oil. I'm just going to use this dropper completely full because it looked like it was quite a bit there. The jojoba oil is measured actually in tablespoons, and I don't know if I'm running low on this one or not. I may or may not get 3 tablespoons out of it. Alright, I did, but it looks like it's about time to order. Alright, and the vitamin E is also measured in tablespoons. We're going to do 3 tablespoons of that. I hope I'm not blocking the light too much. I didn't turn on light in the kitchen. Let me do that real quick. My stove light bulb is out, and I need to pick one up next time I go to the grocery store. But I need to remember to take that little puppy out so I can take it with me and make sure I get the right one. Alright, that's close enough. Oh, gosh, that helps. So let there be light. All right. I had one that I put back in there that was empty. Why did I do that? Oops. Get back here. Stay. All right. Now, well, watch me just keep making a mess, y'all. I'm chasing this spoon around in that hot liquid. Now, if you want it to smell, you know, lovely, to me, I think it smells nice. It's just clean smelling. But I have at times put peppermint oil in it. To me, the lavender oil is nice, a nice enough scent. Tea tree oil is kind of strong. So, and then the shea butter has a scent as well. And I've never checked to see if there's an unprocessed shea butter that wouldn't, you know, be a bad product that you wouldn't have to worry about not getting whatever it is wonderful that the shea butter offers. And I don't know if you can tell that's beginning to really soak into my skin. It's not, I put it on pretty heavy, so I'm going to wipe a little bit of it off right now. But anyway, all right, that's it. That's it. Now I'm going to put it in my jar and leave it alone. Let it set. It will set up, like I said, it will set up like this. But years and years ago, I have at times taken it when I didn't really want that gritty feel. I have taken it and put it in my blender after it's completely set up. You want it to get to this point, and after it's completely set up, you can put it in there and kind of whip it. Like I said, it really doesn't bother me to be just a little bit gritty. So that's totally going to be up to you. Let me get my canning jar thing. Watch out, Mimi. There you go. Good girl. And I think we're cool. We're cooled off enough. I'm a little cautious about putting really hot liquids. Let me see if you can see what I'm doing. I don't know if, yeah, we're good. I'm cautious about putting really hot liquids in a canning jar. Didn't make this. Oh, I must have made a double batch last time. It lasts a good long while. If you're more conscientious about actually, oiling your body down after you get out of the shower than I am, I'm usually just in too big of a hurry to do that. But it'll go faster. You'll use it up more quickly, obviously. But to me, this product has met. Or this oil, I won't call it a product, but this oil has met so many of my own personal needs, especially just keeping my skin from feeling like it was, there were times it actually felt like it was just going to crack off my face and fall, and it doesn't with this. I mean, it just, I haven't put on any oil since last night, and I don't know, it feels pretty soft, so that makes me happy. Any of y'all that have uber dry skin, I think you'll really like making this. I can't tell you how much the original ingredients are. You can just, I buy mine on Amazon. But once you get everything the first time, it's a long time before you have to replace anything other than the things you use a lot of, like the vitamin E oil and the jojoba oil. But even those, oh, that's why I forgot. That's the reason there was more. All right, let me show you. I'm supposed to put half a cup of almond oil in there. I'm just a little goofy. I like the almond oil. So there we go. Now we've got it all in there. But most everything, like the big block of shea butter, and like I said, I buy the little half-gallon or 1 gallon tub of the coconut oil. Those things last a long time. I mean, possibly as in a year or longer. It's probably been maybe 2 months since I made this one. So that's a while. And now I'm having this one as well. That's going to last another good while. So I don't know. I'm saying that if you purchase a couple of bottles, if you want to get it all enough for 1 year, maybe buy a couple bottles of the jojoba oil and 3 bottles of the vitamin E. I don't know. I just can't tell you for sure because I've never really kept up with it, but I just order as things start running low. I order just that, and just that thing that's running low. I'm very happy with the product. I'm very happy with the way my skin feels. Very happy with the fact that I'm not paying the uber ridiculous prices for the department store product, and I certainly don't have to worry about it being tested on critters because I probably need to test it on Bodie, but I'm sure that it would make him feel better, wouldn't it, Bud? Wouldn't it? I know it would. Yeah. But I don't have to worry about anything being tested on critters. So that makes me happy too. All right, girls and guys, just wanted to put that one out there. I had promised that I would, and so there for what it is. And I will put the recipe, and then I'll pin that at the top. And I'll see you in about 2 hours up at the graveyard. I like going up there. I might take Nala with me today. All right, see you soon. Bye bye.